So we're here with David Urquhart, the Bishop of Birmingham, who very kindly come down to the office today to have a look around and talk to us. What did you think of your visit to the Birmingham Mail?
I've been driving past the fort for years on the motorway and seen it go from factory to empty warehouse, and it's amazing. The whole floor taken over here by media is really impressive. Open plan offices, very high level of IT, good hospitality, and even a visit to the roof to look at the whole of Birmingham.
Yeah, you went up there, you saw the cows on the roof as well.
Cows were a big surprise. No milk being delivered though.
No. Do you find that your business background has helped you at all when you're trying to help people who are affected by issues that are going on in the world at the moment?
I was very honoured to go to the Birmingham Chamber of Commerce annual dinner and to meet with a number of business leaders, both locally and nationally, and to be on the phone to Jerry Blackett and just say, well, how things are going, where are the tough spots at the moment, is something that I find is part of my ordinary daily life.
You've been quite warmly welcomed into that community then, as a church leader into the business community.
Yes, I've found a great welcome there, and also in our own Churches Industrial Group in Birmingham, which has chaplaincies at the airport and in other parts of the industry.
Yeah. It's not the only cause, of course, that you've spoken out, and you've been quite keen on environmental issues over the years, haven't you? The
church has been engaged with that. After all, the story of the world in the Bible started in a garden, ended in a city, and we have an idea of the world that it's all precious to God, as well as the people in it, and therefore we should be good stewards of it.
You and Vincent Nichols just the other day have spoken out, haven't you, together about the football on Easter Sunday. What's been the reaction to that one?
Much as I love sport, and I'm passionate about sport, my love for Jesus is greater. And on the most special day of the year for Christians, I really think that non-essential work should stop. And a match, as important a match as this is for Villa, should be played on the Saturday or on Easter Monday, which after all is a holiday. And we should be able to have a rest to celebrate the Christian day. Okay,
it's not the only time you and Vincent Nichols have courted controversy. I think there was one other time you both spoke out against I think it was lesbian couples conceiving using donated eggs and sperm. What's been the reaction to that, or fallout since
that
then?
Whole area of scientific reproduction and so on, it's not something I'm an expert on at all. And so what we would want to see is that the scientific progress that's been made, which is certainly for some couples something that's been very life-giving and very remarkable, should go forward. In terms of sexuality, as you know, what the church teaches, that the best place for sexual intimacy is between a man and a woman married for life, and that's the best place also to bring up children, to have and bring up children. Of course, people make other choices, and the country allows that to happen, and that's quite correct. I mean, that's what we're proud of in Britain. The church has a particular teaching on these matters.
When you first started, you said that you wanted to act on gang violence and to try and reduce that through your work here. Have you made any inroads there? Has there been much progress?
I think it's slow progress. It's something that people all around the country are very concerned about. There are myths, of course, particularly elderly constantly tell the police that they don't feel safe, even though the level of crime and violent crime is going down. So there are things to do with perception about gang violence. But when you go down to the local communities, there are certainly gangs, and there's certainly the threat of violence. And working amongst those with projects like Bringing Hope, which works in Lozells, is painstaking and person-by-person work. It's also quite unpublished because it needs to be confidential most of the time as people work out how they're going to live their lives without that culture, how they're going to build a life that doesn't involve their identity being closely connected with a gang that may be violent. And I think we could do a lot more in this area as a community, and I hope that will be the case in the future.
Are people still turning to the church in a time of crisis?
I'm hopeful about the life of the Church of Birmingham and the Church of England. We're starting a process called transforming church, and that has a double edge to it. One is church needs to change, another is that the church is an agent of change in society. Mm-hmm. And of the 200 or so local churches that the Anglicans are responsible for, available to anyone in their communities, because that's the parish principle, being invited to look outwards, to examine their own gifts, the things they're able to offer the local community, and to shape up in a new way for the 21st century.
You're a biker. You've also appealed to hoodies in Birmingham. You're not your average bishop. How do you think you're perceived by young people or by the population in Birmingham in general?
Just at a church on Sunday morning, which was at Yardley Wood, and a youngster came up to me and he said, "Hi, Bish, you're on your bike today." It was a lovely Sunday morning, and I really regretted that I hadn't brought the bike for various reasons. He'd seen a photo of me on my motorbike, and he told his mum, "Well, Bish is coming, we're going to see the bike." So I'm going to have to go back there in next term and make sure that they see me on the bike.
I'll have to in the leathers.
and the leathers, if it's not too hot, yeah.
Excellent. Oh, well, thanks very much for coming in. It's been a pleasure to have you here, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks, Will. Very happy Easter to you.